does it. You can hear me good?
I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me fine?
Okay. I can hear you. You sound great. I love the door behind you. It's a beautiful door. Hello to everyone who's with us. Thank you for joining us. I'm so excited to be here. Is it okay that I have my salad?
Absolutely. Please feel free to go about your day. I want to introduce you to everybody if that's all right. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our Livegram. I'm Shreya. I am host of our hit radio show, Red, White, and Brown, and I'm joined by Kiran today. And if you guys don't know who Kiran Deol is, she is a comedian, actor, and a filmmaker who you have probably seen everywhere, from Sundance to Hulu to NBC's Sunnyside. She has been everywhere. And I thought today we would sit down and we get to know Kiran just a little deeper. Ask her all the spicy questions. You guys are totally free to go ahead and ask any questions or throw any comments that you want to at Kiran. Everything is fair game tonight. And we're going to get to know her just a little bit more. Does that sound good with you, Kiran?
Shreya, no one watched Sunnyside. I would be rich if people said, you guys, all 66 of you need to come and watch Sunnyside. Yeah. Hey there, Chetan. Nice to see you. But it's fine. It's fine. There's going to be the Lopez Show is going to come on. It's a great show. It is still on. Lovely with Cal Penn, who's done 8 million things since then. Very fun.
I'm so excited that you brought it up. That was my first question. I was going to say, what are your new exciting projects coming up? Do you want to tell us a little bit about the Lopez Show? The fact that it's actually the Lopez Show, which is very exciting.
I know it's Lopez's. It's Mayan Lopez, who is George Lopez's daughter. This really cool showrunner named Debbie Wolf, and Bruce Helford, who's this guy who did Roseanne and like all of these like epic sitcoms. Basically Debbie discovered Mayan on TikTok doing material about her dad. And then they were like, oh my God, there's a show here. And then they wrote a show. They got George on board. They wrote a pilot. I auditioned for the pilot. They shot the pilot. I play Mayan's boss, kind of a depressed veterinarian, but they shot the pilot. It's a multi-cam sitcom, which means that there's a live studio audience and they can come. And then it got picked up. But it's such nice, classy people who are really super cool. It's at NBC. I think it's going to be Friday nights at 9 p.m. They did like, I have it here. They did like handwritten notes for everybody after like the pilot. Done, which is like really very classy with like these like Gucci gifts. They're very classy, lovely human beings. So it was so fun. Delight.
That's so cute. Oh my gosh. I love when the cast and crew are completely appreciated for their art form. And I love to hear that you are well loved. The pilot's gotten picked up. We can't wait to watch it. Of course, what else would I be doing Friday night at 9 p.m. other than watching the show?
Snorting cocaine and watching the Lopez Show. That's right. I love that somebody said I have resting confused face. It was like me looking at the battery on my phone. I was like, are we going to have enough to get through? Hopefully we'll be good. Hopefully we'll be.
You know what? Anything you do is perfect. That's what the mantra we like to live by. There was a fun fan question where someone said, do you plan to travel to India for live stand-up? And I want to talk a little bit about the fact that you actually do live stand-up. So what got you into live stand-up? Do we enjoy doing that side of creativity or actorship, I guess? And where will you be traveling next?
Stand-up is the main squeeze. Stand-up is the thing I love the most. Stand-up is yours. Stand-up is, thank you. I appreciate that. No, stand-up is everything. It's like, it's your own material. It's the thing that kind of starts your whole career. You can do it when people are interested in you, when they're not interested in you. You can reach fans directly. Like I just started putting, like real clip. I've been doing stand-up a long time, but I just started putting real clips up in like February, and it's been crazy to see the growth to like 100,000 from like 11,000 just even in the last like February to May. And that's just like, that truly is the result of like so many people on here. And so the whole vibe is definitely to do live touring shows. I know we're working on dates in the US right now, and then Vancouver, hopefully be able to throw Toronto in there, Portland, Seattle. We're working on London, and like I am definitely pushing for an India tour. It's going to take a beat. I'm thinking it's probably going to be like maybe the winter time is kind of like what I've got in my brain. And now that this is going to be saved on here, so you guys can hold me to that. But yeah, hopefully I will get a chance to come, because everyone's been amazing. It's been really cool to be able to reach people directly and get a lot of marriage proposals. Super exciting.
That's not the direction I thought that was going in, to be completely honest. I love it though. I love that for you. I mean, also, what better time to go to India than in the December when it's freezing over here? So I feel like you picked that very strategically. Was that like a conscious choice?
It's just we need some runway. We just need a little bit of runway to like get the shows. I think like Gurdas is going to be coming back here in like September, so knock on wood, I'll get a chance to feature or open for him. Great. What about the Australia tour? I would love to do Australia as well. We're like it's going to take a beat, but really in the next year or two, like the goal is to get a chance to travel places and do stand up, because like there's an hour that is not on social media that I have not posted. That's like tour and that I have been touring. So it's like so yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. I'm excited about it.
Speaking of marriage proposals, would you come do my wedding? I'm already asking. I'm already booking the date. I don't know when it is, but if you say yes now, years in advance, I'm going to hold you to it when it happens.
Oh, wow. Okay, wait. So there's no date and there's no person that you're going to marry?
No. But when I figure it out, whoever it is, whenever it is, wherever it is, and I have to fly you out. I'm booking you now. I'm just letting you know.
Okay, great. Am I doing comedy there, or is it just, am I just... I'll be doing stand-up. Okay, great. That's hilarious. That's very, very funny. You're like, I will be doing stand-up comedy at your wedding. You're like,
you know, my whole life's a joke, so why not turn it into something enjoyable to watch?
It sounds great. Please.
Your face.
All events, yes. Beyonce did an Indian wedding. You know that? Like she got paid like $1 million. Yeah, she did. She got paid like $1 million or $10 million, and then she did someone's like private wedding event in India. Can you imagine having a wedding? You're so rich that you have Beyonce perform privately at your wedding.
How did I never know about that? Can you do that? Wait, why did I ask that question as if I have like 10 million pocket change just lying around or something? But people do that?
Yeah, I mean, if you have enough, I mean, I guess if the price is right for Beyonce, I mean, this is now you have something to do. Live is over. You can go down the rabbit hole of finding that wedding and kind of do fact checking. Ambani wedding. Oh, somebody's telling us Ambani wedding.
That is the Ambani wedding. That's crazy. I did actually see clips from their wedding. Oh, it was insane already.
I love the way Indians
money can't buy you happiness, but I feel like it can buy you everything close to it.
I would say beyond happiness. I would say that's a. It doesn't buy you love, but it can buy some happiness.
Sure. I mean, it buys me Beyonce at my wedding. It doesn't get Beyonce to marry me, but close enough. Close enough. I'll allow it. But someone actually asked, how did you start comedy?
So I was part of CBS here in Los Angeles has a diversity showcase that they do. And I had just made a documentary film called Woman Rebel. Here, it's right. There's a poster on my wall. There's Woman Rebel. Can you see it?
We can. Everybody,
that's Woman Rebel.
Now.
I know I did it too quick. I got to get better at this. But it was a documentary about women rebel soldiers in Nepal, and it went to HBO. And after that, I was feeling kind of like it's like a lot. It's heavy. Documentaries are heavy. I was like, it'd be really fun to do comedy. CBS has a diversity showcase, a comedy showcase. And I was like, that'd be fun. I'll go do that. And on that showcase, I met like Tiffany Haddish, Hassan Minaj, this wonderful comedian named Fortune Feimster, Gina Rodriguez from Jane the Virgin, a lot of amazing people. Nobody was famous yet out of that group of people. And I just remember thinking, this is such a great group of human beings. They're like, everyone's funny and they're smart and they're hustlers, and it was really a good time. So I was very glad to, I get distracted by the messages on here, so I'm sorry that my voice slows down. But it was a great time. And then after that, I started stand up, and I just put no pressure on it. I just said, this is really hard, and so I'm just going to have fun. And as long as I'm having fun, I will keep doing it. And then I really fell in love with it, and here we are.
Oh, I love that story. So, question about how you transitioned from there directly to stand up. How did you realize that stand up was your cup of tea?
You have to just start. there's no way to realize other than you have to start. You have to just start doing it. Like, as a friend of mine said this to me, who's a big comic now, and he said, stand up is the only thing that, like, you could go on stage tonight and just be a comedy, and like, and you pay $5, go to an open mic, and then somebody will be like, the next comedian coming to the stage is Shreya. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be like, that's how it works. So you literally just have to start doing it. That's it. It's not like being a doctor, study forever or whatever it is. There's no barrier to entry. There's no qualification. Just start.
I love that.
Music video, loose shirt. Okay.
Are you checking it out right now? Is that what you're doing?
I what it means, but I definitely don't have the battery power to do that.
We'll check it out for you later. But what is your favorite bit that you have ever done? But what is your audience's favorite bit that you've ever done?
Well, it's different. Like, one of my favorite bits, I'll put it up here eventually. Like, there's this really silly, like, a cat calling bit that I haven't put up on the internet yet. But I love this coochie coupon joke. I mean, it's one of my favorite jokes, and it's on Instagram Reels. But people love this colonization joke, and I love jokes about colonization. But like, that is not my favorite joke though, of mine. And like, that's a joke that people have it's like, it's never what you think people will respond to the most. Like, I wasn't even sure I was going to tape that joke when we were taping that hour.
We lost you. We can't hear you.
Left you. I'm back. Am I still here?
Yep. No, you're perfect.
Okay, great. Yeah, it was, so basically that's it. It was, yeah. I was, remind me what I was saying. I just totally lost my train of thought.
Your audience's favorite bit, the one about colonization.
Yes, is colonization. It's colonizing. Like, they like, that's been a thing, but it's different live. So live, people really like this catcalling bit. I really love the equal pay, like, coochie coupon bit, but it's all fun to do. Do you know what I mean? There's no, like, it's all, and then you get really excited about the new stuff. Like, comics, there's the jokes that work, which are the ones that you guys want to see. And then there's the jokes that are new, which, like, are really fun to find. And so when you start to find the joke working, that starts to get really fun, but that's not ready to, like, record yet. So.
Of course. As always, I love all of your bits. I mean, I happen to have the threshold of, like, I want to say, like, a white suburban dad when it comes to humor. So you could say any string of 3 words together, and I'd be like, ha, 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 on the floor. So
perfect
I
audience.
don't want people taking my word for it when I say it's funny, but I'm saying they should take your word for it when you say it's funny.
I hope that, I mean, but comedy's so personal. It's like, there's no right or wrong. Like, there's one person might love Bill Burr and another person might not love Bill Burr. Somebody loves Virdas, somebody doesn't. It's like, that's kind of somebody likes Kunal Kamra. Like, it's just, the name of the game is just find the folks that you like, and those are your people. Like, and that's, like, there's enough space. It's like a really cool space because there's enough space for a bunch of different perspectives, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Of course. There's
Somebody
many comics that we love out there.
Somebody is saying that you're an easy laugher, but I think that means you're having a nice time. So
thank you.
I
think so too.
I love the way you're like, laugh when I said that. You're like, I won't laugh at that one. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, someone is exposing me. They said their videos are like a laugh at anything fest. Yeah, unfortunately, I do. You know,
no, I think that's
the horror is funny too. Like, it's something is so bad that it's good, or something is so scary it's funny. Like, I am in that category, and I absolutely. Oh, hold on, I got a really fun question. Someone said, "Have you ever been nervous before or after any gig?" Have you?
Absolutely. First of all, I just want to shout out 305 Bananas. 305 Bananas is the one who shot that video in the pink jumpsuit for me. He's a buddy of mine who flew out to Los Angeles, lives in New York, a DJ in New York, who's very, very funny and wonderful. And he actually physically shot it with his camera and was like such a homie. So I saw him. He was like, "Hi, Kiran." So I just wanted to say hello and let you guys know about that. And your question. You had a question and I forgot it immediately.
No, it was from one of our audience members, I believe Chetan. Correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but yep. He was asking about if you were nervous before or after a show.
All the time. Yeah. I think when it's a bigger gig, or when it's like yesterday I was at a show that is in the heart of Hollywood, and I was right before a comedian named Bill Burr, who's a really big comedian here in the US, who I'm a big fan of, and I was bringing him to stage. So like I was totally like, it's like you want him to like, you want him to like you. It's whenever you care, and whenever you're working out new material, or for bigger showcase stuff. The most fun, I would say, is like when it's just audiences who are fans who are there to have a good time, and then it's like you're having fun, they're having fun, and then it can be really magical, and then the nerves are kind of at the beginning sometimes, and then they kind of go away. So it just means you care. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you get into the mojo of it, I'm sure the enjoyment takes it away, the adrenaline of stage. Someone said, what makes Kiran laugh out loud? So what makes you laugh out loud, Kiran, besides yourself? You can't say yourself.
I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. I really love Seinfeld. I think there's a new show on HBO, Our Flag Means Death. I'm just trying to think of like, there's some bits online that I think are really, really funny. There's this old Pete Holmes bit where he talks about how he hates children on College Humor, and being a kid really sucks. I really think that's very, very funny. There's a bit of Bill Burr on Conan talking about how Lance Armstrong is like evil, but Oprah's kind of evil too, and I love that bit. Like there's certain things and then there's this Ricky Gervais in Extras, I think, has something where he's talking about it's the clip with Ian McKellen talking about being an actor. Do you know this bit where he was like, how do I act? It's very funny. He goes, how do I act so well? He goes, it's the guy who plays the wizard in Lord of the Rings being like, how do I act so well as himself? It's hilarious. And I'm like, I'll just watch the same thing again and again because I'm an idiot, like, I keep laughing at the same thing.
Well, I watch you again and again, so it's fair game. Everything's fair game. No, so someone just said, who's your favorite comedian, Kiran? Which I feel like you kind of answered, but like,
yeah, that's a hard question. There's so many people who are awesome. I really genuinely think there's so many comics who are awesome. I opened for Hassan Minhaj on the road. I thought he was hilarious. I just opened for J.R. Guzman, and he's about to do a theater tour in the United States. He's very funny. He plays the guitar and he has the voice of an angel. My friend David Nihill is very funny. My friends in facial recognition comedy, it's a bunch of brown women. They're all hilarious, and all very, very different from one another. So that's, there's so many people that it's like you get overwhelmed because you're like, do you name all of them?
I hope you named every single one of them because all of them are going to be in your DMs after this.
Shit.
Kiran, you didn't shout me out.
Immediately shit the bed with that question.
Exactly. Someone said, how do you get inspired when you have writer's block?
Somebody said this to me, and I think it's great advice. Relax your brain. And like, if you're doing something for a lifetime, remember that it's like going to be in waves. There's going to be times when you're really on fire and you're coming up with new stuff and it's so fun. And there's going to be times when it feels like kind of a slog, and that's okay. And then it's going to be times when it feels really fun again. And it's all part of the process. So just try to like ride the waves.
Do you feel like after having a little bit more of this internet fame that you're pushed to constantly keep putting out material, even if you feel like you don't have anything to say at that moment?
I think the bigger thing is like shooting the shows in a way that is, because you kind of want to polish material and jokes and then put them in a show where you can shoot it nicely and make good content, right? Because like you need the microphones to be good. You need the audience sound to be good. You need the lens to be good. So like we shot a couple of shows in Oxnard, but then you got to edit them. So it's like I have like a ton more stuff that like I think is probably a good 20 or 30 minutes of stuff that I'm like very excited to share, but it's just it just takes a little bit of time, right? Because it's like you want, like, if you're going to shoot something in 4K and have it look nice, it's just going to take a second to like both shoot the show, mix the sound, and then edit it, if that makes sense.
So
So it's not, you know, and then I think there's a little bit of a difference between developing like the single setup punchline joke that does well on the internet versus developing the longer bit or the longer story that might be good in an hour, right? Because like sometimes, you know, in an hour you want to tell a longer piece, but that's not good for the internet. So I think you're going to start to see that difference with comics, right? Like where there's the setup punch in like on the internet, but like the jokes that you maybe see live are going to have a little bit more of a story over time or a longer leash.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I love all of them. I think the amount of trouble that people go through to put solid content out on the internet, and we always appreciate you for making sure it's high quality, for making sure it's attracting your audience, because clearly a few people in the chat have mentioned that the beef with British joke was their favorite. I think we have 3 or 4 votes for that one specifically. So clearly you are appealing to the masses.
Which joke?
The beef with British joke.
Oh, I like that joke. That's actually, that makes me happy. I like that joke too. It's like, it's fun. But there's the colonization joke, and then there's like the one about the British, cute shit, awful shit, I call it. But like, I mean, yeah, I'm a fan of, look, whatever you like, I just appreciate people being here. It's good.
Oh, so a fan
you can't do it unless people want to see you. Like, absolutely. It's just, that's, so you need people who want you do it in order to be able to be a comedian. So I don't think there will ever be a time in my life where I'm not like grateful that people want you to come to shows. On here asked, are you going to tour before Lopez versus Lopez? I think that's going to start shooting in August or September. So I'll be getting some, like, I think American dates in. That'll be like Portland, Seattle, Vancouver, Philadelphia, maybe Texas, and hopefully, knock on wood, we're working on London. So we're trying.
Texas.
Are you in Texas?
I am in Texas. I'm in Austin.
Oh, Austin's the best. What a great city. Love. Great comedy.
I love it too. So clearly you have to do Texas because I'm here and I have to come to your show.
I know. I just foot in mouth. It's like we got to do a whole, and it's a big state. I mean, it's huge. It's like, we'll see. Yeah, I would love to look. I love touring. It's like one of my favorite things.
Aw, I trust that you will be here. And someone said, where would your dream gig be besides Texas? Because we already know I'm here and that's your dream gig. But aside from that.
That's a great question. I think, I don't know, maybe like the Kennedy Center, like the big room in the Kennedy Center is a pretty big one. I think Radio City Music Hall is a pretty big one. Yeah, it's hard. That's like a, you know, but honestly, I think that whether it's a small venue or a big venue, what's really important is a crowd. It's like I remember like when I was just starting stand up, and like one of my friends will always tell me about the show I did in a bowling alley. There were like 8 people there, and we'll talk about like what a fun show this was in this bowling alley, because it was just like the audience was great. So it's like just remembering that it's really about the exchange between wherever you are, whether you're in like some fancy place or at a festival, or you're in a bowling alley, or you're in a basement. It's like, it's really about your audience and you, and like the connection, and like getting to like share a room of laughter and like making it feel warm at the end. That's kind of the vibe.
Aww. Actually, surprisingly opposite from that, someone's question is, do your jokes fall flat on Indians or the ones in India? I'm assuming they're talking about people born, raised,
the ones
bred.
Hilarious. I mean, I haven't toured India yet, so I don't know. I would imagine that it's probably Indians from India, Indians from England, and all their. Sorry, my phone may die, so that might dictate how long this interview is.
We're almost done.
But in terms of the perfect. The Indians, like Indians from India, I don't think Indians from India are a monolith any more than Indians in America are a monolith. I'm sure that some of them would be fans and some of them won't be fans. And I think it's the same for any Indians in the US. and Indians in the UK. I embrace all Indians from all over the world, all Indians, anyone of any ethnicity who's into comedy, into my comedy. I'm a fan of you. Thank you for being here. I don't think 100% of anyone is going to like you when you do comedy because they don't. It's you're kind of riding the edge of stuff that's like funny, not, you know what I mean? Like I'm doing a joke about equal pay. Somebody else might be like, go fuck yourself, you know, like, or you're making, you know, whatever. I have like a bush joke about like, you know, if you can't handle one bush at the end of which is a vagina, you don't deserve to get laid. It's like, look, there's going to be people who don't like that joke. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not for everybody. It's fine. It's fine. You know? So, but I hope that there are some people in different parts of the world who are fans, regardless of ethnicity and regardless of where they're from. And those are the people you're trying to reach. Hi, Indian.
Of course.
Nice to meet you. I am.
Oh, me as
I love the way
well.
somebody just.
I was born in India, so
Same.
yeah. See,
Same.
love that. And then one last question
Same.
before we wrap up.
I'm Indian. Yes, tell me.
What can we expect from you next? We've heard about the Lopez Show. You are touring, but anything else exciting that you want to tell everyone about?
I think the touring is going to be the main thing. And, you know, working on have some stuff in development, which takes a little bit of time and it's a little unpredictable. So nothing you can announce yet, but hopefully something down the line. And yeah, focusing on stand-up. I need to get on TikTok, which is I'm not on. So hurtful.
No!
I know. Join. Yeah, there will be. I mean, hopefully that's a great question about a new album. Hopefully there will be like an actual album or release like in the next like I don't know. Well, like this is a great question. This is a great question. Where like I have the material for that. It'll probably be like an 8 to 14 month leash on like those pieces of it, if that's helpful. But I'm so appreciative of like the incredible support of both you guys, of Desi Livegram for making this happen, and also like just anyone who has been supportive of the stand up or like following me or takes any interest in really anything related to my comedy is a really, like I said, you can't do it if people don't want to come see you. So it's really, it's very, very lucky. It's very lucky. And I'm like, thank you.
We are more than grateful for you and your incredible content. I mean, that's what we report about. We talk about great content from great people. So we wouldn't be where we are if you weren't putting out the things that you did. So thank you. And I also want to take this time to say thank you to every single person who joined our live today. We hope you got a chance to really know Kiran deep and well. We tried to ask as many questions as possible. Thank you to everybody who did ask questions. Don't forget to follow Kiran at @shitfromkiran on Instagram. And if you want to follow along for more of these, you can feel free to follow us at Desi's Livegram.
Perfect. Hug it out. Hug it out.
Oh, virtual hugs.
Yeah. Hug it out. Hug it out.
We love you, Kiran. Thank you so much, everyone.